Hey guys, welcome back. So having finished the season with Palermo, let's go over now to how the season's gone. So if we look at the table, we can see that even though I'm covering half the league, we can actually see where I am, which is ninth. We did have a good run of form about maybe halfway through the season after we got through the first chunk of fixtures, which if I'll go to the schedule very briefly, we started off the season with Salento where we drew 2-2. Then we drew to Lazio 2-2. We lost to Juve 5-2, lost to Inter 3-1. We beat Sampdoria 3-0, hoping here for a glimmer of hope. We then lost to Brianza, who were bottom of the league at the time. We drew to Fiorentina, but then we lost to Roma, we lost to Milan. And to be honest, I mean, we did get a couple of good wins, a lot of losses. But then towards the second half of the season, it kind of felt we were stringing a few wins here and there a lot more consistently. We still had a few losses. We did play against Juventus in the third round of the Italian Cup, which once again, similar to last season, unfortunately we lost again. But this time we didn't lose 3-0, we lost by 2-1. It wasn't too bad. Moving on towards the second half of the season, I mean, we did beat Udinese 1-0. We lost against Juve, lost to Lazio. We did have the highlight was beating Roma 4-2 at home. We drew to Inter. We lost to Fiorentina 1-0. We beat Milan 1-0. And they were on an unbeaten match run. And we did string a couple of good games towards the end of the season and a lot of draws at the end. Maybe if we would have won a few of those draws, maybe we would have been in better position to contend for European football. But it proved too much for us, sadly. Moving on, Mark Gui was our top goal scorer with 18 goals, all right? We had Sergio Marquez, the most assists. Most man of the match awards was by none other than Mark Gui as well. And if we look at his stats, I mean, he played 36 games, 18 goals. So on average, a goal every 2 games, more or less. 1 assist. And his stats, I mean, it looks like he's been improving under my supervision. He is wanted by several teams. So I suspect he might be fished out at the end of the season. We look at a squad in terms of goals. I mean, obviously Mark was a top goal scorer. However, looking just slightly further down, we've got Miguel Monsalve and Skelly Alvaro, both with 9 goals and 8 and 4 assists respectively. Skelly Alvaro was amazing on set pieces. Mainly, I think, is to do with his jumping reach being 20. I mean, every set piece, every corner, you could tell that he was the target. And a lot of the goals came from that, exactly. And in terms of assists, I mean, Sergio Marquez, even though we agreed initially I signed him on to play as a right midfielder, I ended up playing him as a right winger. And even though the club weren't happy with me doing that, it proved, well, to be honest, I mean, the guy did perform. And Bartesargi, with the highest average rating in the squad for the season, also getting a couple of goals and assists, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell in terms of major stats. Now, with that said, I hate to say this, but especially because we've done pretty well, and it's a pity that we didn't get European football. But even then, this is my second season with Palermo, and even though I won a trophy on my first season, it only extends my stay by 1 season if the 2 seasons were up, which basically means I have to resign. So until next time, Palermo. The question is, where am I gonna go? That is probably the bigger question. And there you have it. I mean, we'll have a quick look at the job center just to see what's up for grabs. I mean, we've got Lazio, Como, but that's about it really at the moment. So basically now, guys, the question is, where do I go next? I want to pick up a team that obviously is a top team in their division, as well as also, obviously, if I choose a European team, they have to be competing in the Champions League. And obviously the same goes for other clubs in other continents, you know? So what I'll do now is I'll probably just go on a holiday. It's only the 26th of May in the game. And obviously most of the vacancies tend to come up at the very end of the season, after the season ends, where most managers are assessed on their performance. And I'll see what jobs I can get. We can actually look at the job security and maybe have a little sneak peek to see which teams are insecure. We got Diego Simeone from Man City. He is insecure, having currently been 6th in the Premier Division. So who knows, maybe I could get something there. But yeah, of the big clubs, that's the one that stands out, Man City. And I wonder maybe, I mean, Palermo was a feeder club to Man City, or an affiliate club. So maybe I can, you know, persuade them to let me have a go at it. I mean, I don't know if I do better than Diego Simeone, but, you know, you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle, right? And yeah, so there you have it. We'll see what team I end up choosing. And stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys soon. See you next time.